Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today is all about giving you 6 reasons why your natural hair is always dry. I get questions all the time about people that are struggling with dryness, and I thought, I'm going to kind of sit down and go through some of the reasons why you might be experiencing this. I actually done a mail out a couple of weeks back talking about this. So if you've signed up to my mailing list, you would have got that. If you haven't signed up, then go ahead and sign up. I'll put the link in the description box. I'll give out weekly hair care tips. So if you fancy some of that in your inbox every week, then yeah, definitely sign up. But firstly, if you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Julie, and on my channel you'll find lots of hair care tips, tutorials, hairstyles, all sorts of stuff. So make sure you check it out, and if you like what you see, then please do go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's get straight into these tips. Okay, so the first reason why your hair is always dry is because your moisturizing product most likely contains short chain alcohols. There are 2 types of alcohols that are good ones, which are known as long chain or fatty alcohols, and there are the bad ones which are known as short chain alcohols. So what you want to do is you want to check the back of your moisturizing product to check if there are any short chain alcohols in them, and if you're finding a lot of them within the 5 first ingredients, then you're probably going to want to get something else that's more moisturizing, because what it is, those ingredients are contained within products to help decrease the amount of time it takes for a product to dry. So basically when you're applying that to your hair, it's literally drying so fast that it's literally just removing all of the moisture out, and it's making your hair very dry and brittle. So you want to avoid those types of products. The ingredients that you want to avoid, which are the short chain alcohols, I'll put a list of them here so you can see exactly what they are. Okay, so as I said, just check the back of your moisturizer and make sure it doesn't contain those, and instead you want to look out for long chain or fatty alcohols that are more hydrating and moisturizing to your hair. The second reason for causes of dryness is you have high porosity hair. So when it comes to high porosity hair, it means that the cuticle layers of your hair shaft are kind of raised very high. So when you are putting moisture in your hair, it escapes very easily. It doesn't stay within the hair shaft. The moisture is not lasting for long. So by the time you put it in, it leaves shortly after. High porosity hair can be caused for a number of different reasons. Sometimes it could be because you're using too much heat on your hair. Sometimes it could be that you're using certain chemicals on your hair as well. And sometimes it can be the pH balance of certain products. Because the pH balance of hair is between 4.5 and 5.5. So anything that is above 7 kind of lifts the cuticle layers of the hair, and anything below that kind of closes it back a little bit. So sometimes I said it could be to do with the products you're using that is causing that problem. So there are some options that you can do to help with that. You can, if you like to use oils or butters, you can add your moisturizing product and then seal on top of it to kind of close back the cuticles to keep them flat so that the moisture will retain in the hair. Also, you can try and look for products that have a pH balance close to the pH balance of our hair. Okay, and if you're someone that is really serious about trying to control the pH balance in order to keep your porosity kind of in the normal range, you can also buy hair testing strips, and with these you can actually buy them. Amazon is the first thing that comes to mind. You can probably buy them somewhere else, but what you can do is that when you buy your products, before you use them, you can actually use the testing strips and add a little bit of the product to it, and it will tell you what the pH balance is of that product before you use it. So anything, as I said, that is closely in line with the pH balance of our hair, the better it's going to be. So that's just an option for anyone that wants to give that a try to help kind of improve their porosity levels. Another reason why your hair is always dry is because you're not drinking enough water. We all hear it all the time that we should be drinking maybe 6 to 8 glasses a day, or 2 liters a day. And what it is that obviously when you're not drinking enough and our bodies are dehydrated, it does affect the hair as well. It kind of makes the hair dry because our hair receives moisture in 3 different ways: through drinking water, through moisturizing our hair, and also through washing it. So you need to make sure that you are drinking plenty of water to hydrate your body, and also just making sure that there's adequate water within the hair that can obviously help it to remain hydrated. So if you're someone that struggles with that, then find ways in which, you know, you can remind yourself. I mean, I had a question the other day from someone asking me, you know, what can they do to make sure that they're drinking enough water? And, you know, I said that there are some water apps that you can get, you know, and you can kind of set reminders to tell yourself when to drink water, you know, or just carry a bottle of water around with you and sip on it regularly. But as I said, you know, our bodies need water in general to function properly. And the same applies to our hair. So you just need to make sure that, you know, you're drinking, you know, plenty of water. I mean, we all kind of, you know, slack on that sometimes for whatever reason. But just make sure that you are drinking plenty of water to keep your hair kind of hydrated so it doesn't completely dry out. Another reason why your hair is always dry is that you're using too much heat, probably too much excessive high heat on a regular basis. When we use heat on our hair, especially when, you know, it is high and you're not protecting your hair as well, it can damage the cuticle layers of the hair. It can kind of put cracks in it, and when there's cracks and damages along the hair shaft, obviously moisture is going to escape from the hair because obviously the layers are damaged. So you know, you kind of need to lay off from using the heat. Heat isn't so bad. You're not using excessive high heat all the time and you're protecting your hair. But when you are using it all the time and you're not kind of, you know, washing your hair, you're not giving your hair, you know, the conditioning treatments that it needs in order to kind of, you know, rebuild and strengthen the hair, if you're using lots of heat, then your hair is going to be, as I said, damaged, and it's going to kind of break as well. So yeah, just making sure that, you know, you're not using too much and that you're also just carrying out regular protein and moisturizing treatments, and also moisturizing your hair on a regular basis as well. Another common reason why your hair is probably dry is because you are going to bed and you're not covering your hair at night. Okay, now if you're lying on like a cotton pillowcase or polyester, something that is very drying, when you're sleeping at night and you're tossing and you're turning and stuff like that, all that moisture is just being literally kind of rubbed off and just kind of stripped from your hair. So you want to make sure that when you're going to bed that you're covering your hair with a satin or silk headscarf, or if you don't have one of those, you can always get a silk pillowcase, which is perfect as well. You don't have to worry about your headscarf falling off at night, but you need to cover your hair, because if you're kind of like moisturizing your hair at night time, if you do that and then you're going to bed, you're literally kind of just, you know, removing what you've just done. So yeah, just tie your hair up at night or get a silk pillowcase, and that resolves that problem. And also it's not going to damage your hair as well, because your hair's constantly rubbing backwards and forth on harsh kind of materials. Then it's also going to damage your hair and cause some kind of breakage as well. So make sure that you are covering your hair at night. And last but not least, the final reason is that you are not moisturizing your hair in sections. I actually mentioned this in my video, 7 common mistakes that people are making with their natural hair. Again, I'll link that in the description box. I had to mention this again because we're talking about why your hair is dry. So why wouldn't I mention moisture again? So yeah, what you want to make sure that when you're moisturizing your hair, that you're moisturizing your entire hair, that every single strand is receiving moisture, okay? Because on average, we have 100,000 hair strands on our head, on average, okay? So some people have a lot more than that. So when you're moisturizing your hair, if you're just kind of moisturizing the front and the back, the middle sections are not getting any, you know? And if you're continuously doing that day after day, those areas are going to become very, very dry. They're going to be brittle and it's going to break, okay? So when I'm moisturizing my hair, what I do is I section my hair into 4. And I tackle each section or each quarter one at a time. So each quarter I'll break down into even smaller sections. And then once I've moisturised that, I'll move on to the next section, then the next one, and so forth. So that every strand is covered. And then that way, you know, you've moisturised your hair well and it shouldn't become dry. So, you know, you need to make sure that you're moisturising your hair. I'll put one of my videos, my moisturising routine videos, in the description box as well with the links. You guys can check that out to see how I do it. But yeah, you know, just make sure that you're doing it properly so that your hair is not left feeling dry. So guys, those are all my tips for today. I hope you found it useful and that it's going to help you with kind of keeping your hair moisturized. Let me know in the comments if you're doing any of these things and you kind of realize, yes, okay, I'm going to try that, because it's good to know that my videos are kind of helping you, and it's kind of, you know, realizing where you might be going wrong. So let me know in the comments if this was useful. Also, please do give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, share it with someone if you think they would find it useful. Okay guys, don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.